know, the back of your head looks good on national TV. Mr. On the back of your head looks awesome on. All right, our PJBT friends, we are here live in beautiful Allentown, Pennsylvania on this rainy day, coming to you from Mountainville Lanes. We have just completed the match play portion. We are now waiting the results for the stepladder finals. Joining us at the moment, waiting to see if he is in the top 5, we have the Prodigy.
Hello.
Bowling on wood lanes today. We don't often get to bowl on wood, but today we did.
Might be the spottiest wood lanes I've ever bowled on.
Well, that's the key when you bowl on wood. The lanes are going to transition differently than they do on synthetics.
I feel like since these are a more damaged wood.
Well, older, let's just say.
These are very in condition. That the oil that was outside and everyone playing inside of second arrow actually got pushed out into the cracks of the wood and actually just sits there and it's never really going to go anywhere.
Yes, yes.
That's probably what happened because all of a sudden, like once you got outside of like 6, it was out of bounds almost. Unless you were playing like up around that area.
So you were sitting, I believe, 5th after game 7.
And if I did all my math right, I'm still in 5th.
And you shot 202 in your last game, and you did lose your match to Andrew Lazarchik, who was already ahead of you.
Yeah, he's leading. As far
I
as
see DJ Brown is setting himself down. I guess he thinks he made the top 5. We'll have to wait to see.
I believe it's
Let's hope he doesn't leave his jacket, because we're not going to keep it in our car again for another week. Liz Hunsinger put her sweatpants on backwards. She thinks her day is done. So, a house shot on wood. Definitely played easy to begin with.
Yeah, this place always plays really easy the first game.
And then it starts to transition. I do believe if I counted correctly, I did watch you in the second game. You left 7 10-pins, I believe.
Yes. That was not a very fun game.
And then the third game, you started with the front 9.
Fourth game I did that. Third game I went.
Okay. Yeah.
I shot 250 that game though.
Okay.
I went 250, 180. I went like 259, 180, 256, 276. Let the 4-pin on the front 9, and then left the 3-6-10. Then I shot another $180.
Oops.
The left lane on lanes 3 and 4 hooked maybe 7 boards more. And when I originally threw my shot, it went high. I moved a little bit left, and then it kept going high. And then by the 9th frame, when I was on that lane, I flushed it. I threw the last 4 for $180. And a match play, oh geez, those are brutal. Everyone thought they were brutal.
I remember you struck in the 9th and the first 2 shots in the 10th to secure your first game.
Yes.
And then
after striking like 3 times the whole match.
and then you wet the bed in your second game of match play.
That pair was bad too.
And then you did decent your third game of match play.
Yeah.
So we wait for tournament director Matt to tell us who is in the top 5 today. If you want, you could go get your stuff.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So at the moment, I am flying solo. The message board, as always, is up and operational if you want to chime in. Tell us what you're seeing. Tell me what you're thinking. Profess your love for me. because we know everybody loves the fat guy. It's good to see you put your sweatpants on correctly. So we are going to be using lanes 21 through 24 for the finals today. Scratch will be on 21 and 22. Handicap will be on 23 and 24. Next week, by the way, we are going to one of my personal favorite bowling centers. We'll be at East Lincoln Lanes. It says it's in York, but technically it's not in York. It's closer to York than to Lancaster, but it's kind of in between. That is a beautiful 18-lane center. It'll be yours truly with Skip Moyer, and Peaches will be there. The Prodigy will be there. We're talking about East Lincoln next week.
All right.
And then after that, we go to a bowling center where you have to basically average 320 to make the cut.
Yeah, because I believe last year's cut was like 180.
And that's at Town and Country. And then after that is one of our favorite bowling centers that you struggle to carry on, Clearview.
Oh, jeez.
That is the three-person team tournament. So we could only take so many entries for that tournament. Reminder, if you are in the first 32 entries, you get to bowl with your team. If you're after that, then we start splitting you up. So you want to get your entries in early for that. Once again, that's in 3 weeks at Clearview for our three-person team tournament. And then the week after, Sunday, March the 12th, we're back up here in Allentown at Haja Rose Bowl for major number 8.
I probably won a very difficult shot.
Eiffel Tower.
Oh, my God.
48 feet of fun on that bowling center.
Going to throw it about 10 miles an hour the whole day.
All right, it looks like Matthew has the top 5 ready. We'll see who's there. If somebody wants to tell me how the audio sounds today, I would appreciate it.
Handicap position will be 23 and 24. Our practice lanes will be 19 and 26. Here are the results. In the scratch division, your leader at plus 366 is
Andrew Lazarchek is your leader at plus 366. Tyler Dautrick plus 280 in second. 239, DJ Brown qualifying third. 224, Shane Matthews qualifying fourth. And qualifying fifth at plus 154, the kid to my left.
Whoa.
The Prodigy, Daniel Althouse. Hey, good luck. Climb the ladder.
Oh, actually, that seems to be a very common trend lately.
Ethan Matthews qualifying first. Did I hear plus 191? No, 291. Sarah Olinsky qualifying second at plus 230. Jill Sprinkle qualifying third at plus 226. Jeffrey Sapota at plus 175 and qualifying fifth. Jack Conrad at plus 164. So that is your top 5 today in both scratch and handicap. We will have player introductions very shortly. It's right. Okay. All right, so we are lining up. Thank you, Tiffany, for telling me that the audio sounds good. All right, we are set for player introductions. First, we will start with the scratch division. I can hear you. Hold on. Say something. Over there, so it doesn't pick me up. I'll show you where it is.
All right. Okay, Lanes fans, it's time to introduce our finalists for today's PJBT here at Mountainville Lanes Center. We'll be starting with the scratch division. Our fifth seed today from Mountainville, Pennsylvania.
All right, our fifth seed. Everybody could clap now. Our fifth seed today from Wilmsdorf, Pennsylvania, the prodigy, Daniel Althaus. He will be taking on the fourth seed from Hamilton, New Jersey. Everybody clap. Shane Matthews. The third seed from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, DJ Brown. Sir, I need you to sit down. Thank you very much. And your number 2 seed from Mooresville, Pennsylvania, the man, the myth, the legend, Tyler Daughtry.
And the winner of that match will take on our tournament leader with an 86-pin lead from Brick, New Jersey.
And your number 1 seed from Brick, New Jersey,
Those are your finalists for today's
Andrew Lazarchuk. We got to think of a nickname for Andrew. The something lefty. I got to think of Laser Lefty. Nah, I'll think of something.
All right, now it's time to introduce our handicap division. Our fifth seed today from Chatham, New Jersey.
Chatham, New Jersey's own Jack Conrad is your 5th seed. Jack, move over a little bit, even with me. Thank you.
In the first match, you'll be taking on our fourth seed from Reading, Pennsylvania,
Jeffrey Cepeda, your 4th seed from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Winner of that match will take on our third seed from Martinsburg, West Virginia.
All the way from Martinsville, West Virginia, your 3 seed, Jill Sprinkle.
Winner of that second match will advance to the semifinal to take on our second seed from Freehold, New Jersey,
Sarah Orneski from Freehold, New Jersey. Love betting that horse race track, by the way.
And the winner of that match will advance to the title match to take on our top seed with a 61-pin lead going into the final from Hamilton, New Jersey.
And from Hamilton, New Jersey. A lot of New Jersey people today.
Handicap final
Ethan Matthews. All right, so we will get ready for our first match. The scratch side will be the 4 seed Shane Matthews, who finished at plus 224 against the 5th seed Daniel the Prodigy Althaus, who shot 154, plus 154. On the handicap side, the 4 seed Jeffrey Cepeda at plus 175 takes on Jack Conrad at plus 164. Jeffrey will be getting 53 pins of handicap. All right, so the bowlers will warm up. And we'll be off and running. Josh checks in. Mr. Skip Moyer, he's vacationing somewhere today. He says he's checking out some PJBT before he passes out. Yes, Josh must have ate some bad something wherever he's vacationing. All right, so it looks like all the bowlers have taken their warm-up shots. We will soon be ready to go. As Dr. Hook looks how the live stream is working today. All right, Prodigy, you took your warm-up shots. What'd you see out there?
Well, I like the reaction of the 4s. I just have to get it right.
Looks like you got to get it moving, too.
I just have to stay soft and get it right.
Yep.
This right lane, I might move maybe like a half right, maybe a quarter, just because the second warm-up shot, I really liked it, and it didn't really get to around the corner. The left lane, all I have to do is just stay soft and make sure I get it outside of my 10.
I probably would have liked to have seen you throw maybe a little more stronger ball,
I thought about it.
just to see what would have happened. Maybe like your Trident, your Jackal.
I think more the Trident over the Jackal. Am I
All
starting?
right. Looks like you will be starting the match.
Okay, only fans, it's time to get our first game of the finals started. On the scratch side, we have 4th seed Shane Matthews from Hamilton, New Jersey, versus 5th seed Dan Allhouse from Wilmersdorf, PA. Shane, Dan, start the match.
joining us at the moment. The man, the myth, the legend, qualifying second today, shooting the only 300 so far in game 1. Tyler Daughtry.
What's up?
Hey, you taking your winnings and going up to Hollywood after this?
I should.
Yes.
Too bad it's a scholarship and not
Yeah,
cash.
well,
I mean, maybe Matt can give me cash for it.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. All right, so the Prodigy will be starting on lane 21, and it looks like Jeffrey Cepeda will be also starting on lanes 23. Okay. Prodigy.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey there, Dr. Hook. How's it going?
It's going.
What's the Prodigy doing on shot number 1? And a weak 10 pin.
Almost left a 5-7-10.
Yes.
It looked really tight down lane.
I'm going to tell you right now, you threw a bad shot there. If you go back and watch the replay here, you'll see. Watch the way he's facing when he throws that ball.
Okay, Jeffrey starts with a 5 count on the
His
handicap
foot was here,
side.
but his body was here.
Yeah.
And he misses the spin, of course. I'm going to do my best not to hammer him today. But I will make fun of him.
That's
All right, so what's Matthews going to do? Frame number 1. He puts 10 back, and the capacity crowd goes wild. Thank you. Over on the handicap side, we are waiting for Jack's first shot. He's tying his shoe. What'd you see out there today, Tyler?
well, shot 300 the first game, and after that it was just awful.
Well, it could have been too awful. You qualified second.
Well, every pair I moved was like 2 or 3 tighter down lane, and I had to move. Yeah, I don't like moving a whole lot. It's just easier to stay in one spot and strike all day.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Kind of like Shane just did.
Yep.
And Jack just did.
Always presents an interesting opportunity when you're bowling on the old-style wood lanes here at Mountainville Bowling Center. Always going to get a little bit of a different ball reaction than you would on the typical synthetic lanes that you see in most centers nowadays.
True that.
All right. So, lots of good-looking stuff up there right now. So let's see here on the scratch side, we got Shane going at a 300 potential and Daniel going at a 90-something potential. Good start.
Oh,
We got to go correct that score. Hey, a little softer there with the hand. See if he heard me.
Does he listen? That's the real
Yes,
question.
actually, lately he has been. Got to hit it these. As you said, they're tighter down lane.
They are. They're very tighter down lane. It looks a little better.
Woo! 10 back.
I've actually just been told that if I don't win today, I'm going to get cut by my agent.
Cut by who is your agent? Oh, is that Josh?
No.
Skip?
Nope.
No?
His name's Wilson. Team
Wilson.
Willie. Yep. Wilson
Willie.
Ham. Yep.
Well, you got to win 2 matches, not just one.
I tried telling him, but
I'm gonna say right now, it's gonna be pretty tough to beat that lefty up at the top.
yeah, it's got to be nice to be left-handed. But he does throw good shots, so.
All right, Shane goes a little high in frame 3, leaves himself the 3-pin. And Jeffrey went 5-4, I believe. So he has 18 after 2. Jack has 26. Jeffrey is getting, I believe, 53 pins. Shane makes his spare. Everything in here is a little bit dark, and I'm old and half blind anyway, so.
That's all right. I'm blind, too.
Jeffrey goes through the nose, leaves the 2-7-10, the everyday 2-7-10.
wow, that's an interesting leave.
Let's see what Shane can do in frame 4.
The amazing thing is that 2-7-10 is actually makeable.
Yes, it is. Shane comes in a little high, Doesn't get the kiss on the 4.
I feel like that's what I left last year at the Hoosier Classic a lot, 2-7-10.
And you're righty.
Yeah.
That makes that even a little more interesting.
Yeah. They are not easy out there.
All right, so Shane picks up his spare. He's got about a 39-pin lead here, but the Prodigy is on a double. That's a good shot there by Jack.
Handful of bowlers today we have from the non-PA state today, especially in the finals. From what I can see here, we actually have 6 out of 10. Yes, 6. No, I can't add numbers. Yes, 6 out of 10. I was right the first time. 6 out of 10 finalists today, not from PA. So
5
interesting.
from Jersey and 1 from West Virginia, right?
That is correct.
Somebody from PA's got to win. Just how it's got to be.
Well,
That's been one of the trends, though, this year, Tyler, is we've been having a handful of winners from out of state on a handful of events, which is a good sign. I mean, it means we're getting a lot of bowlers from all over the Northeast. But it's interesting to see the competition out there.
I agree with that. There's a lot of good bowlers from all over.
that's a good shot. Let's get an in-match interview with the Prodigy here for a second. We'll take the headset. You could stay seated. All right, so for about the 22nd time this weekend, you blew a 10-pin in the first. Didn't throw a really good shot in the second. Didn't throw a really good shot in the fourth. Let me ask you a question here, Prodigy. Since I think the answer to this will be no, only because they're tighter down lane, but do you think a symmetrical ball might be a little better right now? Please,
I don't know about the right lane.
please say your answer, not just shake
No.
your head.
No.
All right,
I mean,
well,
I like the shot on the right lane and it went high.
yeah. I thought you got that ball in, never got out to your apex.
But it hooked really early.
Okay.
Matthews
All right.
with a spare there in the meantime.
All right, well,
And if I could throw a double or a triple, I'm right back in the match.
yes. So your next frame is very important. Thank you very much.
Matthews with a 104 possibility in the 5th, where Allhouse with a double would be at 87. So we have about a 17-pin lead at the moment for Matthews on the scratch side.
Let me just say that in-match interview was brought to you by Brill Cream. Brill Cream, a little dab will do you.
As long as it's not brought by Pampers. Okay,
I lost a pill.
on the handicap side, we have Jeffrey Cepeda, has 42 in the 5th, does not have a mark yet. Conrad
That's a
working
great shot right
on a
there.
spare.
Woo! That was a good shot by the Prodigy.
Great shot.
Double on the board right now for the Prodigy. Wanted to send a shout out to Skip Moyer. Skip was actually a little bit under the weather today, but I'm told he still worked hard and showed up at the tournament he was supposed to run today. He was helping with his local senior tournament. I'm told he showed up and now he went home to sleep, but not before watching our broadcast. 7-pin there for Dan Allhouse.
You know, I'm glad he did that little thing with his hand afterwards because he really did not get through that shot very good. That was a big shot. That would have cut the lead down to 17.
And a double for Jack Conrad on the handicap side. Jack working on 96 in the 5th. So with the handicap, that match is almost about even already through 5 frames.
Yeah, Skip Moore wasn't here today, and I was still told, he told me I'm still not good, so.
Well, he
you-
would know.
Yeah.
Well, you did shoot 300, and nobody seemed to even come and tell me.
Hey,
So it couldn't have been that important.
I didn't even hear anybody clapping. I was out here selling tickets at the same time.
That's the amazing part. When I looked at your card, I actually thought I didn't think it was real because nobody said anything to me. Good spare by Jeffrey Cepeda, his first mark of the game.
They're clapping for us, guys. By the way, once again, for all you viewers, our message board is operational. Let us know what you're seeing. Commentate. Shane looking.
That's way left.
He was looking for a triple.
Well, we have a couple of baby splits out there. The left-handed baby split of the 2-7 for Jeffrey Cepeda, and the right-handed baby split 310 for Shane Matthews.
You just throw a backup ball at that?
Yes, he did.
He did. And he misses the 3. Meanwhile, Cepeda with back-to-back spares as he converts the baby split, the 2-7.
And this scratch match got a whole lot closer.
Yes, if the Prodigy could find a way to double here, it would basically be an even match.
14 pins separate him currently. 7th frame.
Good shot.
That may have been his best shot in the last 6.5 years.
And there's 3 in a row for Jack Conrad.
All right, this will cut the lead to 4. If he could strike here.
Yep, if Dan strikes, he can strike out for 216. Shane Matthews on 220 pace. Meanwhile, on the handicap side, Jack Conrad looking for 4 in a row.
That was not a very good shot.
And Jack goes a little bit light. Inside a target, the ball slid past the headpin a little bit. 3-5 spare on the board for Jeff. Dan gets 0.
Not sure why he decided to throw a straight ball when those 4 pins would have been really important right there.
And Jack chops his spare, so that'll put a 152 on the board for Jack. Jack can shoot 212 scratch. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Cepeda working on a 60 and a spare as he enters the 8th frame. Matthews goes light, leaving the 278.
Basically, if he makes this, the match will be over. So, Tyler, definitely when you're in your match, I want you to come back for an in-game interview as well.
I can try. I can try to do that.
And
Okay, both bowlers with a wall up there. So, Shane Matthews strikes out for 199, and Allhouse strikes out for 178.
He just needs a mark
yes,
So
Shane,
Shane needs a mark to win the match. Meanwhile, in the 8th frame, another spare for Jeffrey Cepeda. So he is working on a 150 pace at the moment.
looks better.
all right, so a spare is a winner there for Shane. If he only gets 1, the Prodigy could strike out in the 10th to tie.
Okay, so
There it
once
is.
there's a spare for Shane Matthews. He'll need to keep the ball in the lane, and he will be advancing to match number 2 in scratch. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Cepeda leaves the baby split again, the 2-7. And that's a winner. Shane Matthews will be advancing.
This pair looks really tight, this scratch pair still.
And another spare for Jeffrey Cepeda. He's good at making those 2-7s.
I think the Prodigy bowled a great 8th game, but he just couldn't carry. I thought he actually threw it really, really well. But Andrew just has a great look right now. It's going to be hard to beat him.
By the way, for us Berks Countyans, the tomorrow starts our county tournament for high school bowlers, the singles. Boys are Monday, Wednesday, girls are Tuesday, Thursday, and the Prodigy, believe it or not, is the defending champion of that tournament.
Good stuff. Where's it at?
Heasters this year.
Oh, the good old Heasters.
And we're actually going to get fresh lanes for a change.
Wow, I love Heasters. Oh,
All right, so the final in the scratch division looks like what is that?
89.
189 to 168 because I'm 3/4 blind.
And we have a real close match on the handicap side in the 10th frame. Jack Conrad can make his spare and strike here for 181. That would force a 130-ish scratch score out of Jeffrey Cepeda. And if Jeffrey Cepeda spares out, he'll be in the 130s. So this could be very, very close. An important spare right there by Jack Conrad and a fill ball here.
Jeffrey's getting 53, right?
53 is the number, yes. And I just realized that the awards are down in the check-in room.
All
All
right,
the way at
so-
the other end of the center, so I guess I'll be running there in just a minute. Good shot for the fill ball, and he puts 10 back. So Jack finishes with a scratch score of 181. We'll see. That means Jeffrey will need at least a mark.
Yes.
At least a mark and some count. We will figure that out here in a moment. And he gets a strike.
All right, that will end that match with just a couple pins.
Yep, he just got to keep the ball in the lane for the victory.
He needs 2.
Two to tie. Actually, 3 to win. But that will be enough.
All right, so Jeffrey Cepeda will be moving on, and Shane Matthews will be moving on, and Tyler will be moving on to practice shortly.
Yes.
And the Prodigy will get his award and join us in the broadcast booth for the rest of the day.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. You are watching the live finals of the PJBT tournament from Mountainville Lanes in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Stay with us. Match 2 is coming up shortly. A little rough. All right, Tyler, what'd you see after game 1 there on the pair that you're going to be bowling on? Did you pick up any tips?
from the first game here,
Yes.
it looks really tight. It might actually look tighter than the 8th game I just bowled. So looks like I'm going to give up the high hard one from what I see so far. High hard one was something dull. Hopefully it carries.
All right, so tournament director Matt's going to run down to get the awards, and he'll be back. So the high hard one. I don't know, to me, and we'll see if the Prodigy agrees once he gets back here in the booth. To me, it looked like he got both a little physically and mentally tired. I know he bowled league yesterday, then he bowled a junior gold qualifying tournament, and then we went up to Clearview to practice because all you do is you leave 10 pins up there if you don't know what you're doing. So since Districts is up there for PIAA District 3 bowling,
Yes.
2 weeks yesterday, that's where Districts is at, we figured we would go up there and try to figure out what to do so we don't leave 10 pins. And we think we might have found something, a little,
It's good practice because you get the bowl of 3-man there too.
yes, up there. We think we found something playing a little straighter and getting a little more tilt on the ball.
Yep. Yep.
All right, over to Dr. Hook Matthew for award presentations for our 5th place finishers.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time to give out our awards for the results of game number 20, finishing in 5th place in the scratch division, getting a $30 scholarship certificate and award goes to
All right, the Prodigy, Daniel Althouse finishing 5th, receiving $30 scholarship money. That'll go to buy about 2 pages in a book.
roughly.
And our fifth-place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $30 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to
All right, Jack Conrad, your 5th place finisher today. He also receives $30. All right, we will let the Prodigy go pack up his stuff, and then he'll join us in the booth. All right, once again, upcoming tournaments next week. We will be at East Lincoln Lanes in York, Pennsylvania. House shot, 10:30 start time the week after. The high-scoring lanes of Town and Country up in Bethlehem, not too far from where we are now. Once again, that's on a house shot. The week after, Sunday, March the 5th, is our 3-person tournament. As Tyler recently said, that's at Clearview. Get your entries in early for that. Once again, only the top 32 get to bowl together as a team. If you are entry 33 through whatever, you have to bowl separate from your teammates. Then the week after that is major number 8 on the PJBT season at Haja Rose Bowl. That's going to be on Eiffel Tower. You want to see something fun that day, Tyler. You might want to show up. That house is tight to begin with, and now we're going to lay out a 48-foot pattern there.
Yep.
You want to talk about needing to sand a ball down to about 200.
A 180, that's my specialty.
180 is your specialty. And then to finish out, we'll just touch on the rest of March. March the 19th, there's Adult Junior at Leisure.
I wish I could bowl that.
Where are you going to be that day?
We're going to the 2 a.m.er, the JBT 2
Oh,
a.m.er.
yes. That's always a popular tournament on the JBT tour.
You
And
can
then
win-
to round out March, Saturday, March the 25th, J Lanes. That's another place where the Prodigy loves to leave a lot of 10 pins. That is on a house shot. That's a Saturday tournament at starting time at 2:30. Also, next Sunday, Matthew is running his Buddies Pro Shop tournament. Matthew, are you at Burke's next week for Buddies?
Yeah, over under 45.
Matthew is over under 45 at Buddies Pro Shop tournament at Burke's Lanes in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. First place prize, $1,500 or $2,000, depending upon entries. So, if you're an adult listening to us right now, find yourself a partner. Get yourself to Burke's Lanes next week, and if you sign up on our website by 11:59 tonight, you do get a discount on your entry fee. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, let's get those entries in. Let's pack Burke's Lanes next week. All right, it looks like we are just about ready to go for match 2, which means we will say goodbye to Tyler. He's going to want to warm up because he's in match 3. Tyler, thank you for joining us. We will do an in-game interview with you during your match.
Anytime.
All right, thank you, sir. That's Tyler Daughtry. If you ever want to know how to win money at a casino, don't ask him.
Okay, bowling fans, our game 2 matches. Inside, we have third seed DJ Brown versus 14 and Jane Matthews. DJ has left to start the match on the left lane. Handicap side, we have third seed Jill Sprinkle versus fourth seed Jeffrey Cepeda. Jeffrey will receive the handicap, Victor is 6 and 7, and Jill will start the frame on the left lane. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our game.
All right, so we had both 4 seeds move on. Third seed DJ Brown on the scratch side. He'll be starting the match, and Jill Sprinkle will be starting her match also on lane 23 as the number 3 seed. It looks like Jill is giving Jeffrey 67 pins. All right, DJ, Mr. Very consistent lately. He's been making the finals on a regular basis. He's up first, and he comes in a little high, leaves the 4-pin, joining us right now in the booth. Your 5th place finisher in scratch today, the Prodigy. Jill goes a little high, leaves the solid 9. So, Prodigy, was Tyler right? Is that pair tight down lane?
Depends. If I threw it a little firm, yeah. Otherwise, not really.
It looked like you were starting to get some tired, kind of tired.
Yeah, and my hand really started to hurt. Like the top of my thumb started to burn a little bit. I probably just need to replace a piece of white tape in there.
All right, Shane up, frame number 1. 10 in the pit for Shane. That was a good-looking shot. Jill made her spare on the handicap side. Jeffrey Cepeda up, frame number 1. He comes in a little high, leaves himself the 4-7. DJ did make his 4-pin. So, well, you got $30. You got a little trophy. You got an eliminator today, 10th, second place in the eliminator, and you won a bracket today. Not bad.
Yeah.
And this time I remembered before putting the headset back on to go get the awards.
Hey,
so
there
we
you
are
go.
good now.
All right, so Shane started with a double on the scratch side. DJ spare working, frame number 2. And 10 pin. So he finds himself down by 11, assuming he makes a spare.
That did not hit.
Jeffrey did make his spare. Frame 1, he's up now in frame 2. He comes in light, leaves himself the 1-3-9. There must be a lot of Prodigy fans out there because we're down about 40% since your match ended. Must be all the young ladies watching the Prodigy.
Yeah.
All right, DJ did make his spare. He is down by 11 after 2. Jeffrey missed his. He has 24 after 2. That was a carbon copy of DJ's first frame. Left another 4-pin. And Jill goes 10 back. So she opens up spare strike.
You know, once again, PA, I have to say this handicap match on the right, it's interesting because Jill is giving 67 pins as the difference in the handicap, and most bowlers would be intimidated by a number like that. But the reality of it is, if she bowls her game, she's going to win that match. So it's always interesting to see.
That's
There's
a double
double.
for Jill. So far, she's thrown 3 fantastic shots. Didn't get rewarded in the first frame, but strikes on the board after that. Shane Matthews up, frame number 3. He comes in a little light, trips a couple pins just to leave the 4-pin. Jeffrey Cepeda on lane 24 on the handicap side. He comes in a little high, leaves himself to 2-pin. Good spare there by Shane. He finds himself up by 11 after 3.
Cepeda picks up his spare. So he is 2 for 3 so far. Just 1 open in 3 frames. And another strike for Shane Matthews. Want to point out also that some of our attendance totals today probably were due to some of the weather to the north of where we are today. A big rain, storm / sleet and snow to the north of us. Ironically, I made the comment earlier today that our sister tournaments, the JBTs, are in Connecticut, so they are probably above the storm, and or it's heading for them. And our event here in Allentown, PA, is just essentially on the bottom part of the storm. Fortunately for us, it's been rain here all day today, but some travel issues for some of our fans out there, so hopefully they're at home watching.
Yes. Yes, no, most of New England was set to get pounded by this storm with a foot or more of snow. Now, Connecticut may be, close enough to the ocean where they're not going to get a lot of snow, but yeah, they were going to get pounded up that way.
Yeah, from what I saw on my phone, I saw they were going to get hit, looked like with some snow. I don't know. I haven't looked at the radar recently, but it's probably, I thought at least it was going to be later today, if not tonight, for them.
Where's AccuJack when you need him?
Right there.
The weatherman AccuJack.
Yes. Yes.
Spare there for Jill Sprinkle.
We're gonna give the headset to AccuJack for a second. Give us an update on what you think might be going on with the JBT tournament up in Connecticut weather-wise. Do you think maybe they had it today, or they were supposed to get something up there today?
I'd say they didn't have it. It's pretty bad up there.
Yeah, they were looking at like a foot or more if I saw the forecast correctly.
Yep.
This is our local weather celebrity, AccuJack Selmer. Not only is he very accurate out on the lanes, but his forecasts are usually top-notch too.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
There's a strike for Jill Sprinkle on lane 23.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
And Shane Matthews looking for a double. Breaks up high, leaves the 6-10. So he'll start with double, spare, strike, and potentially a spare.
Why DJ Brown is on 5 straight spares.
Meanwhile, Jeffrey Cepeda with a strike on lane 24. Shane picks up his spare. Very unconventional way of making the spare with the backup ball. Okay, Cepeda looking for a double. He goes a little wide, leaving the 3, 5, 6, and 10. He'll try to convert his spare. Meanwhile, Matthews trying to get back on the strike train. He pulls it inside target and leaves the 6-10. Wait for some spare conversions. And Jeffrey picks up his spare. Backup ball again for Shane. Picks up the 6-10. So to update the scoreboard, after 5.5 frames on the scratch side, Matthews can strike out for 247, while DJ Brown can strike out for 253, so we have a close match. Meanwhile, on the handicap side, Sprinkle looking to double up. Throws a great shot, but leaves the stone 7-pin. So she is now on pace to shoot 240. While her opponent, Jeffrey Cepeda, 81 in the 5th with a spare working. Jill converts her spare. 3 spares and 3 strikes so far for Sprinkle. And DJ Brown also converts his spare. So DJ Brown is down by 16 through 6 frames on the scratch side. On the handicap side, Jill Sprinkle leads scratch by 28, but she needs to make up those handicap pins. So she throws another strike.
I tell you what, Matt, she's throwing the ball so good, she could easily be on the front 7 this game.
Very true.
DJ just can't seem to find the pocket this game. He's been a little light, been a little high.
5 count there for Jeffrey Cepeda. That one he pulled to the right a little bit, pulled it from his target. See if he can convert now. Meanwhile, DJ, 310 baby split, and he covers it up.
So he's still clean. Through 7, just no strikes.
Okay, Jeffrey gets 1 pin out of that 5 that were remaining. He has a 102 in the 7th, max score of 192. Matthews, once again, doesn't like it, goes high and leaves his ever popular spare of the 610. I believe that's the third one of this game. Cepeda missing the head pin to the left. 1-3-6-9. Here comes that unconventional spare for Shane Matthews. It's been a while since I've seen somebody shoot spares like that.
Yes.
You know what that reminds me of, PA? Back in the day, there was a center in the county where I live called Plaza Lanes.
I know it well.
And Plaza Lanes, which is not existing anymore, their pattern, ironically, they were on wood lanes. And I recall that as a right-handed bowler, it was always a tough shot for right-handed bowlers. So I recall there were some talented right-handed bowlers who would throw their first ball as a backup ball, as a right-hander. The way Shane shoots his spares, that would be the way they would throw their strike ball. It's very interesting.
Very interesting. By the way, Jill threw another great shot. She's now on a double, could easily be on the front 8. Let's see if DJ can get his first strike of the match.
And he does.
And he says to himself, finally.
It was a bucket mixer, but he got it. Meanwhile, Jill, with a little bit of help, takes out the 4, but leaves the 7 pin. So she will be on pace to shoot 220 scratch. 220s would mean her opponent would have to put about a 150, 160 score up on the board to be equal. Ooh, a big trip of the 4, 7, 10 there for DJ Brown to take home a double.
That keeps him within 16 pins.
Left about 5 pins on the deck.
Sometimes that's fine.
Okay, Cepeda up on working a spare, 9th frame. And he brings home a strike. And a big strike for Shane Matthews. Double. Now he can start the 10th frame, looking for 235. 235 would shut DJ Brown out. Jeffrey with a good shot, leaving the 10 pin.
And we have a broken lane 22.
And it's dropping pins.
Yes.
Okay. And that's very interesting.
Well,
Whoa.
that's what happens when the old pin spotters like that get stuck. It's just going to keep on shooting pins down, and they're just going to fall right down through that thing.
Okay, in the meantime, Cepeda misses his spare. He finishes with 150, and with his handicap, that's 217. So we have the potential of a tie.
Yes.
As Jill needs strike,
She's
spare.
a double to win.
She needs a double to win, but she must strike on the first ball. Must strike on the first ball, or she will lose. Looks inside a target, but she does. She strikes. So, let me set the table here for you. A strike to win. If she goes 9 spare, we will have a tie.
Any spare.
Any spare, correct. Would force a tie. Then we would have to go to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, which I would conduct. Let's see what happens. This is the shot. Oh, it looks wide. Oh, and she leaves the solid 10 pin.
Wow.
So she will need to convert the spare, and then we will have a tie. She needs to convert the spare for a tie.
Another great shot. By the way, with Shane's first strike, he will be moving on the scratch side. If DJ strikes out, he will lose by 5.
Must have the spare. And she
And she
converts.
does.
So we will have a 2-frame roll-off.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Call your friends. Get them online quick. Not too often we get to see a roll-off here. The Prodigy's speechless.
I'm tired.
All right, 217 roll-off on the handicap side. That's some great bowling by Jill. That's a clean game, 217. Probably could have shot 279.
With a single break, she shoots 300. She didn't miss the pocket, didn't she?
What are you looking at? You think I just had a gentleman call me cute. He's looking for my phone number, I think. Thank you. Thank you. Since 1990. I was a little skinnier back then. All right, so Jeffrey is up in the first ball. Oh, solid 10. Hold on a second here. Matthew. Matthew. How many pins did he get? Okay, so Jeffrey is getting 13 pins of handicap.
And that DJ's going to strike out. That normally happens.
Yes. All right, Jeffrey makes his spare. Now Jill will be up for her 2 frames. This is going to be tough for Jill, having to make up 13 pins in 2 frames.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Let's see what she does on her first shot. Puts 10 back.
She gets 2, forces.
Well, she's basically going to want to strike here. If she doesn't strike here, if she spares and strikes, and Jeffrey wouldn't even need to mark. He could go 28 with his 13 pins handicap, would have 41. So this is a big shot here for Jill. That's going to need to hurry. That's her first not really good shot that I've seen her throw. All right, so let's set the table here. She will need to spare, and if she strikes, she will end up with 40. That means if Jeffrey gets 9 on his first shot, he's an automatic winner. All right, good spare there by Jill. She'll be looking for a big fill here. She only gets 7, so that's a 37. So Jeffrey will be looking for 8 or more to shut out Jill here. If he gets 7, if he goes 7 miss, we are tied again.
He got 8.
And that's a strike. And Jeffrey Cepeda will be moving on up the ladder. I tell you what, I feel for Jill. That was an excellent game. For a handicap bowler, that may be the best handicap game I've ever seen, and you're not moving on. She put every ball basically right there.
Granted, the kid's shooting 50. $43.
42.
You only got 2?
He only got 2.
Are you sure about that?
I'm quite sure about that. I see the 9-pin standing there.
Huh. Yeah.
So 42 to 37. So with his handicap, he winds up with 55.
Fun.
We'll talk about it. I'm sure we'll go someplace. You taking your stuff outside? I think my jacket's in the room. My keys are either on the table or in my jacket. All right, so we will await Matt and our awards for today's 4th place finishers. Once again, you're watching the stepladder finals of the PJBT tournament from Mountainville Lanes in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Mountainville Bowl? Oh yes, Mountainville Bowl. Mountainville Lanes would sound better. Let's get them to change their name. All right, on to Matthew for today's 4th place awards.
Okay, bowling fans, results after game number 2. Finishing in 4th place in the scratch division, getting a $40 scholarship certificate award goes to
DJ Brown, your 4th place finisher, $40.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $40 scholarship certificate and award goes to
Jill Sprinkle, $40, Richard, for her 4th place finish. So the 4 seeds on both sides move on. And now our semifinalists come up. For the scratch, it's Tyler Daughtry. And on the handicap side, our number 2 seed, which Matthew has the cards. Sarah, we'll get her last name. Hold on a second. Sarah Orneski is her last name. By the way, little tidbit about Sarah, that she was named the Female Athlete of the Month in her high school, and she did qualify for the state finals as a freshman. Assuming she... What? I don't know. You'll have to wait for him to put it in. Oh, Rensky. All right, so the bowlers are finishing up on their warm-ups. All right, over to Matt for announcements.
Introduce our semifinalists. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed Tyler Belcher versus number 4 seed Shane Matthews. Tyler has elected to start the match on that lane on the scratch side. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Lawrence versus 4 seed Jeffrey. Sarah has elected to let Jeffrey start the match on the left lane. Jeffrey's handicap is 73. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinals.
All right, off we go to the semifinals. On the scratch side, number 2 seed Tyler Daughtry will be starting. And on the handicap side, Jeffrey Cepeda will be starting over Sarah Orensky. Good shot there by Tyler. The handicap is 70-something. Let's see. The handicap is 73 pins. That's gonna tall task for Sarah to overcome. All right, so both bowlers started with a strike, and Shane comes in light. He leaves himself the 1-2. Sarah Orensky up in her first frame. She goes 10 back as well. So we are off and running in the semifinals.
So what's Tyler's line look like?
You know what? He's kind of doing what he said he was doing. He went 10 back on his first shot. Sarah comes in light in frame 2, leaves herself to 210. That's a tricky split. See if she can pick it up. I said that already, just so you know. And Sarah picks off the 2 pin, so she has 28 after 2. Shane will try to pick up his washout, and he does. So he is clean with 16 through 2. So Tyler can take an early 14-pin lead here with a double. Jeffrey comes in a little light. He leaves himself the 1-2. Tyler comes in high, leaves himself the 3-6-10. Jeffrey makes his spare.
Oh, chop spare there by Daughtry.
So he now finds himself down by 8.
Oh, and a solid 9 there for Tyler Daughtry. And a good shot there by Jeffrey Cepeda, picking up the 5-6 split.
Check his average.
And Sarah with a good shot on the right lane there, just leaving the 10 pin. And a strike for Shane Matthews. So Shane has an early 16-pin lead, while Sarah unfortunately misses the spare. She'll have 37 in the third. Matthews leaves the ball inside. Seems to be the common leave, gentlemen. Every time he misses in, it's a 6-10.
Yes.
6-10 leave there.
Good thing he knows what he's doing.
Here comes that backup ball for the spare. 10 pin for Sarah. And another spare with the backup ball. Okay, Sarah, unlike the last one, looking to convert this one. Good form. And a good spare. So she has potentially 57 in the fourth. Okay, meanwhile, Jeffrey Cepeda crosses over, leaving the 1-2-7-8. Okay, Tyler back on the strike train with a big strike there. Tyler, our only bowler today, as we mentioned earlier, to shoot a perfect 300 game. Bowled a perfect 300 game during the first game of qualifying today to take home $95 at the moment in the 300 pot. Okay, chop spare there for Jeffrey Cepeda, but he does have 62 in the fourth and is actually about even scratch-wise through 4 frames against Sarah. Meanwhile, Doutrick looking for a double. And he comes in high, leaving the 4 pin. Okay, Cepeda crosses over, leaving the 1-2-8.
After this framer, we'll have our quick mid-match interview with Tyler, see if what he thought he saw after game 1 is correct for him.
Only if he wants to talk to us, though.
Yes, he said he would. Let's get Tyler back here.
There's a spare for Jeffrey Cepeda, so good job by Jeffrey. 4 out of 5 frames so far this game with a mark.
All right, Tyler, what do you think? Is it what you thought?
Yeah, it's just poor execution. I literally couldn't throw it any worse, so basically giving him an early birthday present.
There's a strike for Shane Matthews. Ball change for Sarah Orensky as she strikes on the right lane. Good ball change. Okay, so the winner of this semifinal match in scratch will take on our tournament leader, Andrew Lazarchik from Brick, New Jersey. So this time Matthews comes in high, 4, 6, 7 split. Let's see if Orensky can double up. Nope, she comes in just a little light, leaving the 2-8. Matthews gets 1. That puts him at 102 on the board. Okay, Doutrick. Back up, goes a little light, leaving the 2 pin.
Which he will be up by 5, assuming he makes the spare. On the handicap side, Sarah is up by 5 scratch, but down by 68 with a handicap.
And a spare there for Tyler Doutrick. So Tyler will have a 5-pin lead with a strike here. crosses over, leaving the 4-pin. And a strike for Tyler Dowtrick. And Jeffrey picks up his spare. Oh, and Sarah comes up high, leaving the 4-7-10 split. Meanwhile, a missed backup ball try at the spare there by Shane Matthews. He puts 111 on the board. That means he will be 201 max out, while Dowtrick can shoot 227. There's a nice strike by Sarah Orensky. Cepeda breaks up high, leaving the 2-pin. And Tyler, which looked like a mixed strike there, the 4-pin found a way to stay standing. So Dowtrick now can spare and strike out for 207, while his opponent, Shane, can only shoot 191. So important to keep the board clean here. Spare for Jeffrey Cepeda. And a spare for Tyler Dowtrick. So right now, Tyler Dowtrick with a 16-pin lead with 2 frames left. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Cepeda closing out the match. Goes a little wide with that one, leaving the 139. Dowtrick comes up just a tad high again, leaving the 4-pin. And another spare for Jeffrey Cepeda, which will pretty much wrap up the match on the handicap side. Sarah breaks in high, just leaving the 4-7-10. Just no break there for her. Couldn't break up the split. Okay, on the scratch side, Matthews looking to strike out to shoot 191 and give himself a chance in the match. 9th frame. And a big strike right there. So with that strike now, he can force Tyler to double in the 10th. If he gets the first 2 in his 10th frame. First strike is good for Shane Matthews.
That was a big shot. If he could double here, he'll force Tyler to double as well.
And a nice spare there for Sarah. Okay, Shane looking for a double. And he comes up high, leaving the 3-6-10. So that will give him 178 with a spare. And that will force Dowtrick to mark in the 10th. Mark in the 10th is correct. All right, so Sarah Orensky finishes with a 140 game. Not exactly what she was looking for, but a great showing today. Both very, very well. Okay, on the scratch side, Tyler Dowtrick looking for a mark. A mark will lock the match up. He needs a mark and count. 10th frame. And he gets the strike. Okay, so Cepeda ends with 215 with his handicap. 215 to 140 will be your final score, so we'll have those awards in just a moment. Meanwhile, Tyler needs to keep the ball in the lane here. Pick up some count, and he does. And Tyler Dowtrick will be moving on. PA, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe a fly was stuck in your mouth.
Nope, just verifying.
Okay, 185 to 178.
All right, so we will give out the awards for the third place finishers. Then we will move on to the finals and our dreaded predictions.
Oh, I think the scratch side's easy here.
Tyler. Congratulations on your victory, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I got to make a prediction now, and my predictions typically suck. Should I predict that you're going to win?
I don't think it really matters.
Now, come on. You can't go into the match thinking you've already
I mean,
lost.
you can pick whoever you want.
Should I pick you?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I like when you're wrong.
I hate to say it, but Andrew kind of, once he figured out how to bowl a little bit after the first and second game, he just smacked the lanes the whole time.
Yes.
So personally, unless he somehow shoots a buck.
Okay, on the mat.
Okay, bowling fans, the results of our semifinals. Finishing in third in the scratch division, getting a $50 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to
Shane Matthews. Third place finisher, $50. Richard.
And our third place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Sarah.
Sarah Orensky finishing third, $50. Richard. All right. I'm going to go off camera just for a second. All right, very quickly, Prodigy. Predictions for the finals. We got on the scratch side, the lefty from Brick, New Jersey, Andrew Lazarchek, against the number 2 seed, the righty from, wait a minute, he was from Mooresville, Pennsylvania, Tyler Daughtry. Who do we got? By the way, Andrew, Jesse Brown says you're a house hack. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, who do you got, Prodigy?
Personally, I think it's kind of easy. Andrew's going to smoke Tyler.
Andrew is going to smoke Tyler, says the Prodigy. Wow. Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, Bowling fans, it's time to introduce our finalists for today's PJBT at Mountainville Lanes. On the scratch side, we have number 1 seed, Andrew Lazarchuk. Number 2 seed, Tyler Daughtry. Andrew has elected to have Tyler start the match 21. On the handicap side, we have Ethan Matthews versus number 4 seed, Jeffrey. Jeffrey will be getting the handicap of 52 wins, and Ethan has elected to have Jeffrey start the match on the left lane. Bowling fans, let's have
All right. So my prediction, Tyler said if he wins, he's going to take me to the casino and give me some cash. And I'm horrible with predictions, so I'll take Andrew as well. Handicap side.
I don't know. I'll go with Matthews.
Yeah, you got to. Oh, I'm going to take Cepeda. You got to go with the hot hand here, getting all that handicap.
Eh.
All right. Well, let's see. Cepeda's up first. And he trips the 8
And the 10.
and the 10.
And the 9.
What's Tyler going to do?
Go through the face.
He goes through the face. He just wants to give Andrew a sense of security here.
He wants. That's his handicap. He's saying that's your handicap.
Yes. Yes. By the way, Prodigy, TW wants to know if you're excited for counties tomorrow. I already know the answer to that.
No.
No. Well, that's not what I thought.
Who in the world is TW?
I think we know who that is. By the way, I thought you were gonna say,
Eh.
Been there,
I
done
mean,
that.
It's exciting, but it's not like that
Right?
exciting.
Been there, done that.
Team is a lot more exciting than
You are the defending champion.
Congratulations to me.
Yes.
Hey, we're not in J, so I got a chance.
Yes. Wow, what a shot by Andrew.
No good bowler goes 10 back.
He's gonna try to break the jinx of us.
We went 2-0 last week.
Did we?
Yes.
Holy cow.
At least I went 2-0.
Ethan Matthews. Ethan and Shane. Shane, is he your brother?
No, they don't look alike at all.
No, don't talk to me because I'm tired of it. I heard it all day and I'm had it. Did I talk to you today? You did, and I heard it over here and I heard it again. I'm had it. That's it. No. I'll tell you what, you should be disqualified.
Okay, so far in the match. We have Tyler Daughtry with a miss and a 10 pin. Lazarchuk with strike spare. On the handicap side, we have Cepeda with strike and a miss. He has 26 in the second. Meanwhile, Ethan Matthews with strike spare so far in the title matches. Spare for Tyler Daughtry. And a good shot by Ethan Matthews, leaving the 4 pin. Tyler comes up a little bit light there with a bucket. 2-4-5-8. Still looking for his first strike of the match.
Spare by Tyler.
Good spare there, correct.
Gonna need to start striking though.
Yeah, Andrew has been locked in today, so good shot there by Ethan Matthews. And a great shot by Andrew Lazarchuk. You know, one thing I want to point out about Andrew, Dan, is as I was watching him today, you can tell that he's been working on his form, because it reminds me of somebody very famous, left-hander that we know from New Jersey.
Parker.
That would be correct.
They do look very alike.
Yes, especially at the bottom of the swing. At the bottom of the swing it is where it just, to me, looks very similar.
Andrew hits it a little bit harder, but Parker's very successful with what he did.
And another good shot there for Andrew Lazarchuk. So he starts with 3 out of 4, strike, spare, and a double. Meanwhile, Cepeda missing his spare, but does have 52 in the 4th. Doutrick with a nice strike. First strike of the match.
Gonna need a few more of those.
And Cepeda up on lane 23 also strikes. So interestingly enough, Cepeda has 3 strikes out of 5 frames, all on the left lane. He has 2 opens in the 2nd and 4th frame, but all strikes on the odd frames at the moment. Doutrick comes up high, leaving the 4-pin. Matthews back up, strikes on lane 24. Matthews comes up high, leaving the 3, 4, 6, 7. And Lazarchuk with a triple. And Lazarchuk with 4 in a row.
Like I said, smoking Tyler.
Hey, the fat guy's back. What'd I miss?
Andrew struck a lot. Tyler got 1 strike. Maybe a couple spares. The match isn't even close. It's like 50 minutes. Just go home now.
All right, so anyway, where we picked up. So you're excited for Counties tomorrow, being the defending champion.
Yeah. It's not at J, so I have a chance to defend.
Okay.
If it was at J, I feel like I'd probably not, because I hate J. Too much hook, not enough carry.
We'll figure that out next year.
Yeah. Freestyle.
What's going on here in the handicap match? I see lots of marks.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, so where are we? Looks like Jack is at 100 with an open in the 7th, and Ethan is at 129. Is that Prodigy? It's a little too dark for me to see.
109.
Oh, okay, 109. And that's the first shot of Andrews I watched, and of course he doesn't strike.
Nothing new.
Yes. Sarah, where do you live? Freehold, New Jersey. Congratulations on making states. Your freshman year. Is he going to make states? Or did he already make states? Yes, no, maybe so. We got a couple weeks yet till we see if you make states. A couple weeks.
Yeah.
We'll find out the first Friday in March.
I get to blow a feature though. So.
Woo! Good shot there by Ethan. Coming off 5. 5 in top 12 make it. Out of 160 something. And there's a split for Tyler.
Can we just call the match over now?
That is, I guess I will not be making a trip to the casino with him.
Guess not.
Oh, good try there.
Oh, his ball moved.
I never, well, he threw it a little slower.
Oh, that would be why. But say it moved more than 5 boards.
While I was gone, was anybody, like, talking?
Not really.
I was.
Not
Okay.
a little.
Okay.
Not a little.
All right.
Tyler.
Woo! Tyler! Woo! Keeps him in the match
Not really.
until this shot.
Not really. He can shoot 199. 199. Andrew.
Has now beat that.
Yes.
So, your Scratch Division champion from Brick, New Jersey, Andrew Lazarchuk.
Where's Brick, New Jersey?
It's in New Jersey.
Thanks.
The company I work for owns a company in Brick, New Jersey.
Nice.
I'm sure I said that the last time.
Is it, I would assume it's kind of near Jackson, New Jersey.
It's in the southern part of New Jersey, not like south. It's like not too far over the bridge from Philly. It's not that far.
It's in that
It's-
state over there.
It's east of here.
Yeah.
I kind of feel sorry for the people that live in that state, actually.
Right here.
Not that our state's much better, but
Right here, he lives in that state.
both of them do. She lives in Freehold. There's an excellent horse race track in Freehold. I've won lots of money at that track.
And then Joey, just Joey.
Yes. All right, so let's set the stage here on the handicap side. Jeffrey Cepeda is at 117. Hello, people. With a open in the 9th. So he's at 160 watt with his handicap.
168, it says.
Okay. So he could strike out for 198. So let's see what Ethan could do. Ethan was on a double going into the 10th. This will be a big spare here for Ethan.
And there
Oh,
you go.
and to add insult to injury. And that's a spare.
Andrew's only shooting 240. I mean, he did smoke Tyler. Tyler with a double, though.
Woo, Tyler, all right. How many pins is he getting?
48.
60, is that 61? So he's got 169. So Mr. Cepeda is going to need to mark to take home the championship. All the drama is on the handicap side here. A mark and a win for Jeffrey Cepeda.
It's not going to be easy.
Okay, well, could be worse. Could be a washout. So he's got the 1, the 2, and the 9 to convert. And if he makes it, he will need 6 pins.
Tyler shot 187.
All right.
He didn't have much of a look, though.
And that is a spare. All right. 6 for the win. That looks like it's going to be enough. And your handicap division champion by 3 pins, Jeffrey Cepeda. All right, so we will give away awards for the first and second place finishers today. Then we will have interviews with the winners. You have been watching the finals of the PJBT from Mountainville Bowling Center. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, on to Matthew for awards presentations.
Okay, bowling fans, time for the final results for today's tournament. Finishing runner-up in the scratch division, getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award note.
Tyler Daughtry, second place finisher today, receives $100 for his efforts. Good bowling, Tyler.
He got $195 total for Tyler with his $95 $300.
Ah, yes, $100 plus 95 for shooting 300.
In the handicap side, our second place finisher received a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to
Ethan Matthews, today's second place finisher, receives $100 for his efforts. When you set the camera, try to set it this way, not this way.
Okay, and on to our winners for today in the scratch division. Getting a $200 scholarship certificate and the first place plaque goes to
Andrew Lazarchuk, today's champion. $200 richer. We will have an interview with him shortly.
And our winner in the handicap division, getting a $200 scholarship certificate and the first place plaque goes to
Jeffrey Cepeda, today's champion in the handicap division, $200 richer. All right, we will get pictures and then award pictures and then interviews.
Lincoln Lanes in York.
Grab the Elgato.
Kiddo, just tilt that down a little bit. All right, so we will start with today the handicap division champion. Jeffrey Cepeda. Come on back, Jeff. All right. Congratulations today.
Thank you.
$200 in scholarship funds goes to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I haven't seen you out here too often.
Well,
Right? This wasn't your first one, or was it?
no.
Wasn't your,
It
okay.
was my second, but
Your
just glad
second?
to win it.
Well, yeah, we're always glad when we win these things. What grade are you in?
6.
At what school do you go to?
Southern Middle School in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Southern Middle School.
No, Southern. Middle
Southern. Well, that's in
And
the Reading School District.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So how long have you been bowling?
4 or 5 years.
Wow, that's how old are you?
11.
11. Wow.
I'm 12.
You forgot your age there for a little bit.
I just turned
I,
12.
I understand how it's pretty easy to forget how old you are. Yeah. So, how did you attack these wood lanes out here today? You shot very well all day. I was watching your scores.
Well, Eric just helped me out, and at the end, I was kind of nervous, but I started making my spares, so
That you did.
it helped me out a lot.
You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to my grandparents and my friends that helped me through the way.
Okay.
Aiden Davis, Eric Davis.
Okay. Now, I know you haven't bowled here too much, but you know some of us people that run these things. You got Matt, you got myself, you got Skip Moyer that wasn't here today. You got the prodigy, the kid with the Conrad Weiser shirt. You know, out of all of them, which one is your favorite? Me? Well, thank you very much. Of course. Put her there. Your handicap division champion. Look at that camera, wave high. Jeffrey Cepeda, let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. Now for our scratch division champion. The lefty from Brick. I gotta think of a good nickname for you that begins with an L.
And according to Jesse, the house.
What could we say that begins with an L? The likable lefty.
Yes.
Something like that.
Something.
Andrew Lazarchik. How many titles is this for you now this year?
This
Two,
is 2.
three? Two.
This is my first regular because I have 1 major.
Woo!
Yeah, big dot. Big dot, second triangle.
All right. So, how'd you attack these wood lanes? It looked like even in the championship round, you had a pretty good look. It looked like the lanes came to you as the tournament came
Yeah,
up.
the first game I bowled 200, and I just was like a little lost. I moved in, got my eyes down lane, and just hit somewhere down lane, and it struck.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What equipment did you use today?
I used a DV8 freak show the whole day.
Really?
Yeah, the whole
Didn't
entire
have,
day.
have to switch balls at all.
I tried a BTU early on.
Yeah.
Try to play it like the old school fallback
Yep.
type shot, urethane.
Yep.
And just wrapped the 7 a little too much, so I said no. And I just moved 10, 15 in and hooked it.
That's a pretty big adjustment.
Yeah.
All right. You're a senior this year, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your plans for next year?
Going to McKendree University?
Let me guess. You're going to be bowling.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are you going to major in out there?
I was looking into like sports management and
Excellent.
marketing.
Excellent. Maybe someday you could,
Help him.
not with bowling, like you could be his like representative for soccer or
Soccer,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere with bowling. No. Nah. All right. you know what I'm going to ask you next.
Yeah?
Favorite PJBT personality?
I'm going to go with you today.
Woo! That's 2 for the fat guy. Smile, Jack. Come on. Fats. Just fat guy. Fat guy. No, there's more than one. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, your Scratch Division champion for the second time this year. Who's saying something? Many spins. Yay.
Oh, yeah, many spins. Big dot, second triangle, many spins.
All right. Andrew Lazarchik, let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There wasn't too many people that was clapping for you, I guess. Nah, it's the New Jersey thing. All right, so let's wrap this up, Prodigy.
I just like you now. Getting 2 votes.
Woo! It's, I'm just a good-looking kind of guy. Everybody likes the fat guy. I'm lovable. I'm good-looking. People feel sorry for me, so this is the only thing I really have going for me. What do you mean, false? All right, so next week, we're going to be at one of your favorite bowling centers.
Not last year.
No, not last year. Not after they sold it, changed the shot.
2 years ago it was
But
lovely.
you had your first 800 where we're going next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, time to go shoot 590.
Yes. All right. So we're going to be at East Lincoln in York. Well, it's actually not in York, but it's a York address next week. And then we're going to go to a bowling center where you score well, but don't make
Yeah,
the
but
cut
I don't
anyway.
do anything. I made finals last year.
Did you really?
Yeah, I shot 280 the
All
last
right.
game of match point.
Okay.
Snuck in.
All right. Hi, Joey. How you doing? All right. And that's about it. Well,
Yeah.
you get some rest because you have county tournament starting tomorrow.
Yeah, don't
You're
worry.
gonna-
I'll be up to like 2.
Try to defend your title in the counties.
Ha.
Woo! You never know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see, who wasn't here today? Travis wasn't here. Jen wasn't here. Brittany wasn't here. Skip Moyer's plane was diverted, I don't know, because of fog
Trinidad and
or
Tobago.
whatever. Peaches wasn't here. Mom and Pop wasn't here. Brent wasn't here. Joey was here, by the way. All right, so for Matt, for the Prodigy, I am the one your mother warned you about, PA Fats. We will see you next week from East Lincoln Lanes in York, Pennsylvania. Until then, see ya. We are out. Bye. Let's see. Let's shut this off now.